Our next honoree is Phil Schoenig from the class of 1980. Phil participated in football and basketball his first 2 seasons at Fitchburg High School, and then went on to become a member of the cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track teams. Phil was a 3-sport captain during his senior year. Although he ran a number of distance events, his specialty was in the middle distances. He excelled in the mile relay team and was literally unbeatable in the 600-yard race. In his time at Fitchburg High School, he broke the record for the 600 on 3 different occasions, with his best coming in the most important race to date, when he won the state championship with a time of 1 minute 13.5 seconds, an unbelievable time in 600 yards. A few weeks later, he was invited to run in the Jayhawk National Indoor Track and Field Championship at the University of Kansas, where he set a meet record and won the national championship in the 600. Phil attended Fitchburg State College, where he earned his Bachelor of Science degree in business. He earned his master's degree from Florida Institute of Technology, and he attended Harvard University's Kennedy School of Government in the Senior Executive Fellows Program in 2009. Philip served our country for 28 years in the Army and retired with the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. Thank you for your service, sir, and welcome to our Hall of Fame.
I need to recognize and thank my sister, Anita Carroll, for nominating me 15 years ago when this thing first started, and I appreciate it. I also want to thank my friends and family that are here, and your presence today means a lot to me. Being part of the Fitchburg High athletic experience has had a significant impact on my life, and impact and influence on my life, and has helped shape the person that I am today. As much as I appreciate this day and what this day means to me, this day is not about me at all. It's about the people that made this day possible. This day is about my track and cross-country teammates like Keith Gelinas, Jimmy Herndon, Mark Morin, Bob McNamara, Ricky LaPointe, Buzz Beatty, Barney Page, Michael Vitelli, Jonathan Lewis, and Mark Jackson, just to name a few. You were there every day competing and challenging me to get better. I thank you. This day is about the upperclassmen like Bill Govin, Les Ricks, and Hall of Famer Peter Bergeron, who were role models for us and showed us how to do things right. This day is for the coaches who developed me, instilled discipline in me, encouraged me, and believed in me. This day is about Hall of Fame coach Mark Ambrose, the very first coach in the Fitchburg High School athletic system that made an impression on me even before I got to Fitchburg High School. I first met Coach Ambrose during a summer road race series he held at Coggeshall Park. It was the summer before I entered 7th grade at Memorial Junior High, and I first started running. Coach Ambrose was very supportive and encouraged me to develop my running skills on that first day and throughout that summer. He always supported and encouraged me during my high school career as well. Thank you, Coach Ambrose, for starting the spark in me for running. This day is about Hall of Fame cross-country and track coach Ed Gastingay. Coach Gastingay, the coach with the booming voice, was a coach that I, in all, respected greatly. When you were in his presence, you paid attention because you knew he had the experience to make you better. The workouts he developed were always spot on, and they were key to me and all my teammates running well. As with all great coaches, it's always the small things that you remember about him. One of the events that stands out in my mind was my senior year when Coach Gastingay was no longer coaching track. I told him that I was going through a tough time with my workouts before the districts, and on his own time, he took me over to the Fitchburg State track one rainy day and put me through a one-on-one workout to help me through the rut. That's what I call a dedicated coach. Thank you, Coach Gastingay, for your commitment to your athletes. Finally, this day is for a coach that was not even my track coach. He was my junior high gym teacher and 8th, 9th, and 10th grade football coach, and his name is Coach Pete Caron. I have never told him this before, but he was the most influential person during my formative years. Coach Caron was more than a coach. He was a mentor and a father figure to me when I needed it most. In 8th grade football, when I was afraid to take a hit and could not catch anything thrown to me, he and Coach Dave Bolak stuck with me, and they never let my confidence get down. He worked with me to get better, and I did. By the time ninth grade season came along, I did not miss one pass, and our team went undefeated. More importantly, he followed my high school running career and mentored me and encouraged me along the way. After high school, I worked with him as a constable doing process serving for local attorneys. He also encouraged me to seek political office, which I did, successfully running for the Fitchburg School Committee 2 years out of high school, which, by the way, let me tell you, was an eye-opening experience. The life lessons that I learned from these experiences have been so valuable to me, and I want to say publicly thank you, Coach Karen. I don't believe he's here today, but for believing in me and for always challenging me to get out of my comfort zone and to work better and do better. The term coaching literally comes from an old Anglo-Saxon word for a carriage, which is something that takes you from where you are now to where you want to be. In a nutshell, coaching is a vehicle to transport a person from where he is now in life to where he wants to be. It is these coaches, Ambrose, Gaston-Gay, and Karen, that transported me from where I was back then to where I am now. This day is not about me. This day is about them and the influence they had on a young kid like me and all the other kids they've had come in contact with over the years. Gentlemen, I salute you and thank you for the impact you've had on my life, and thanks again for everyone for this great honor.